So I've literally spoken to hundreds, and maybe by now it's thousands of people about when they can use a design model, and there are many people that have been waiting years for this. I know the executive vice president at Clark Construction 6 years ago said, we're going to use the design model. And, you know, he's finally right. So the industry's been waiting years for this. And it can significantly lower the cost of using 5G. So we're really, really excited about the fact that the design skills and the technology have evolved to make this highly usable. This Vico QAR service is focused on giving you a quick, inexpensive analysis of a design model, and then expert guidance about where to focus and what process to follow to shape it into what you need for your construction management purposes. And we hope it continues to drive 3D use throughout the industry, because you can now leverage these 3D models even more. Here are some of the problems that we typically see. Some people don't understand why it's difficult to use design models for construction. I think all of these are problems that we've seen, but I think probably this one, do the drawings match the model and is the scope the same, is probably one of the areas where our team, who has built hundreds of models from 2D drawings, and we know what to look for in the details, and we know where to look in the model to see the differences. And that's a really big thing of this QAR service. We're really trying to find areas that could hurt you if you try to use these quantities and cause the numbers not to work, not to be accurate. Okay? We're going to talk a little bit about content plans and MPSs, but that's not the subject today. You can find a lot more about this on our website. But a content plan, really think of it as a table of contents for the project, specifying where all the information is located and at what level of detail. Okay? And then, of course, you're going to have a model that's constantly updated. That's what Vico Office is purpose-built for. Once you apply the fixes from the QAR report, Vico Office can remember the fixes you've made, and as you get an updated model, it will bring in the model and reassign things appropriately. And all you'll have to do is check the latest set of changes. Also, naming and layering and families becomes important. And, of course, consistency, back to the idea of a content plan or table of contents, is very, very important. You know, we know the areas that cause the most problems, and that's what we're going to find for you in the QAR system. Here's a task you might have to, here's an example of a task you might have to do to connect your estimating assemblies to the objects in the model. So on the left is what you got from the design team, and on the right is really how your line items look. This, of course, can be completely eliminated by using the Vico 5D data pack, which is a library of Revit and ArchiCAD objects matched to a cost and scheduling data set. And if you have a copy of this data pack, you can share it with all the companies on the project. So if I'm a builder and I've got a design build project, I can give my Revit library to the design team, and if they just use that family naming structure, I'm going to get this on the right, which is going to save me a couple hours of work. The Vico Office can fix this problem if you don't have the data pack by allowing you to map, these footings to these footings. But it's a process that you can avoid. So we want you to be aware you can avoid it. But again, Vico's purpose-built to handle it. And then if you make this association of this footing to here, Vico will remember that. And when you update the model, it will bring the bearing footing 36 by 12 into the right pad footing family. So what are companies doing today? Well, I know many customers spend a lot of time looking through models. I had the experience in New York recently looking through a new police station design looking through a very large educational institutional building, and our guys took a look at these models, and you know, it takes some time if you're not used to doing this, which is what spurred us to create a systematic process that we could do at a low cost for our clients, and then as they gain skills, they can decide whether they want to do that in-house or keep doing it. You could also build a new model from the drawings, and for complex projects such as hospitals, that's done frequently because it's just so important to use the contract docs to get the model, because that takes away almost all of the ambiguity. So that's a very powerful process, and it's done frequently. But of course, none of us want to do that. Who wants to build a model again if we don't have to? There's the third choice: don't use 5D BIM. I think that's very, very dangerous for your business. I think owners are expecting it. There's a minimum bar level now to get over, and I think just doing clash detection is not going to help you win deals. We know of numerous deals in the last few months that were won because of the 5D workflow being applied to the project. And of course, some companies come to us and say, we got this model, we think we can use it, but we'd really like some help.